How does the game manage it? I don't know. This is like the one track where it's really a problem, because it's just flat. And there's really nowhere safe to... Look, that's different, alright? I'm not gonna play a run where I let myself get hit by my own green shell at the start. And finishing the run, that's mostly for with computer players, where there's like blue shells and lightnings and red shells. Once I get past the beach, it'll be fine. This is... I don't really know where the best place to use a feather here is. If there really is one. Also, finishing the run is more so a response to, like, getting tilted. I did it. I drove in a circle. How am I losing time? What? Well, maybe I can kind of understand. So this combo has more acceleration and handling than the baby blooper, which has slightly more speed. I also need to learn this gap jumping at some point. That's for later. Oh, good God. God, I need to... So I would like to see feathers, but... like, even without computer players, there is still RNG. Quite a lot of it. But I can't really fix anything about that. Oh, and at least one feather. Damn. Damn, boy, he's thick. I don't know if I'm running against average or personal best. Let's see. Okay, this is average. This is personal best. Surely I lost like 2 minutes to Bowser's Castle. Damn. It's so nice not getting lightning right here. But that ends up being a very common spot for the lightning. Oh, that is... Alright. That almost was too early. I almost got sent out of bounds, but... Alright, here comes the fun course. Who loves riding trains? I really shouldn't go for that. Alright. How long am I doing this? Alright. There's one. That is a very difficult trick. Kind of like this. Well, the difficult part is getting back up onto the rails from that rock, but oh well. Nope. I can jump across the gap on the inside, but only with a double mini turbo. There we go again. My gods. He's starting to believe. Maybe he can be the GDQ runner. Oh, not like that. Give me feather. Damn. I should not go for it. Am I still gonna be behind? What the hell? Well. Damn. Apparently, on average, I hit that like twice, I guess. Oh, that is saving time on PB. I guess on average, I probably got like more feathers, and I was able to cut the inside gap. Because with feathers, you can skip that gap very easily. And it's, I think, the fastest way to do it. Alright, we would like to see feathers here, but... there is a shortcut we can do without a feather. Alright, that was... I think I was too far left. So I wasn't actually getting, like, a proper ramp. Give me a feather. Please. Hold for right here. Right. well. 5 absolutely losing time here, I think. Unblessed. Man, this game hates me. Good enough. That's what it should look like. That's definitely a trick that I need to figure out more on. Alright, Murray Circuit. There's a path over to the left. What was that slowdown? That rail up there. You can get to it with no items. But that is... might as well be like a pixel perfect. Or you can have a feather. Alternatively, the super horn can actually be useful. But if I'm racing with CPU, I'm not using a super horn to take that shortcut. Puppies. No reason to hold that. Okay. I guess I'll take the shortcut again. At least okay. Truth be told, I have never done it with a super horn, but that is good to know. Damn, another one. Oh, really? Well, I need to remember. Speed does play a factor. This is a pain. Oh, we got it. I'm not necessarily sure where I'm going to save time. If really at all. But we'll figure that out. Puppies. Alright. Another one. No. Yeah. I think that's only worth it to go for the coin on the... well, that's... on the first lap. Otherwise, I can do this. There's more time to jump from that earlier point. Okay. Yeah, so this will unfortunately be much larger of a time loss. Again, this is more for the practice. And more for like learning how this kart controls. For the sake of getting 2 coins, the first 2 coins are the most important. And now for the most important coin in the game. Coins give you a small boost when you collect them. And that coin makes that jump just a bit more possible. I need to hit the wall above that white sign for it to work. But also with the correct angle. Too low and I will detach from the wall and lose like 30 minutes of time. It's very brutal. Thankfully, my drift marks, or skid marks, I guess, help me know where the hell to go on each lap. Okay, apparently I never got it all 3 times. So that is good. Jesus Christ. 6 seconds saved. We got another rails course. Drop it here. There it goes. Good coin block. We would like to see a feather, but it's only useful on the 3rd lap. Or, well, it could be useful on previous laps, but it's most useful on the 3rd. that many items, so it's very unlikely. I don't think I'm getting the feather. Because the coin is, well, unfortunate, but that's not a shortcut that I did initially. Alright, we get to see if I was a god on Bowser's Castle in this PB. Well, I guess this is still average splits. Get that out of here. What the hell is this? We would like to get feathers, because they're good for safety. Good God. Like, for instance, in my PB with computer players, I literally lost 20 seconds on Bowser's Castle. And I still got, like, I still have not beat that PB in a while. Obviously, good God, that was hot. I'll hold this for now, I guess, just in case. Alright. What the hell is this? I don't know, my time save. Like, at least I didn't fall into the lava, but that was honestly worse. Come on, at least hit this. Brother. I might still be ahead. No, well, on average, yes, but yeah, I'm losing time. Not that much. I guess I'll go against PB just to see. So I probably failed it. I probably only failed that second shortcut once in the PB. Or I didn't fail the first shortcut as bad. Cool. That's, yeah. I would like a feather here, but it won't be a massive problem either way. There are numerous ways to do this ending. It's not quite the fastest, but it's definitely the safest. I'll go for doubles on the third lap. I'll just keep a coin if I get it. You cannot have the same item twice. So if you get a coin, which is the most common item, it's just better to hold it so that you can get a second not coin item. I'll just go on the inside. Damn. I probably got the same RNG. It's a little better. And at this point, this is like the least insane part of the run. All of these courses are very normal. There's no real use cycling out items. Because I don't really want a feather. I guess there's no use trying to keep 2 items. Yeah. Chocolate Mountain. Also, for some reason, this is a strat. I'm just gonna go across there. Now there's a strat here that I need to probably learn. That you cut this corner with a good drift into charge zone. And it's also a little fucked up. drift from here, charge up the orange mini turbo, and jump off of this little ramp. Okay, I didn't want items too. Send that away. Average enough. Hell yeah. Either I got one extra feather, or that is the speed difference. The cows. Really don't. Throwing green shells on this track is also scary because it is also very flat. so going through this grass is just faster. Especially faster if you can get the cow bounce. My God. Cow bounce. If I had my knowledge, I would have tried to use it on that corner. And the ads. Most unfortunate. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, Acorn Heights is, in my opinion, one of the best in this game. And then we got Cinema. Which is otherwise a very basic track. The aesthetic is cool, but and then swag. Swag. That is like 0.2 seconds faster. The feather is very useless on this track. Well, I basically negated the time save I got from doing it the first time. Oh well. And where are the coins? No reason to use it. Okay. Apparently, I ate shit in all the other ones. Or, well, I guess just in PB. Now, this is the part where I need to remember the route. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start skipping splits. This is a track of all time. Starview Peak, more like Starview Mid. I wonder if that's something that I should lab out. The perfect way to use a feather on this course. Well, I feel like I have it in my mind that there is a spot to use it at the start there. being in the water is just slower than being on the road. So we'd rather just be on the edge. Okay, in theory it's this next. And then I go down and then up right. Unfortunately, this is also kind of a course. There's not much anything major on this. I really shouldn't try to use a feather. And the one spot that I know where to use it, just because actually hitting that strat is a pain in the ass, but I'll go for it. Why not? Alright, I guess. I lived. I cannot complain about not falling off the track. I think I kind of just want to hold this. I think world record for this category is like 117 something. Maybe quite a bit lower. Probably sub 117 at this point. Cheap falls. I'll go for Tarzan each lap. I'm not going to be too pressed if I don't hit it. Because, yeah. It is, frankly, the hardest. One of the hardest strats in the game. Okay. I would like the coins, but I guess that is fine. Okay, coins, I guess. Hitting that last shortcut skip is more important. Alright. Alright, get me off. I think I mostly lost time there from all the time I spent on the grass. Not necessarily going for the shortcut. I feel like I failed this shortcut in the PB, but... Oh. Jesus Christ, game. My bad for touching the snow for 2 seconds. Now we would like to see a feather, because you can do a shortcut on that last turn. Well, we kind of need to see the feather before that last item set. Otherwise there's no time to react to it. Please. Oh well. Because with a feather, I need to go off to the left instead of the right. So that I can get a good angle. But that shortcut is pretty scary, because if you don't get enough height, you'll get magnetized to that rail. Which does not save you any time. Damn. Probably doesn't lose that much time to it. Jesus Christ. Okay, I failed it a lot in the run. In the PB, anyways. In fact, I probably failed it all 3 times. Sky High Sunday. This isn't an overly difficult track. Like the only shortcut on it is very easy. But alright. Because you just do this. Having max coins in the first lap is pretty good, though. And, like, realistically, there's no items that are going to help here. The feather does not do anything. lower we go, the better. I'll try something with this, I guess. I don't know if it's necessarily faster to go in the middle here, but why not? So that technically has that boost panel. Wow. We saved 0.0. Okay, so be Wario and then down left, down right. So yeah, unless I just completely eat shit. This will definitely PB. Please. Honestly, if this PB is good, I might... we'll see. Who knows, I might skip doing an all comms, just be like, that was good. But who knows, we can always afford to do some suffering. Not bad, I guess. The swag. Alright, this one's a little cursed. It's just all the water courses, but this is a pretty fucked up strat here at the start. Get up here instead, and then do this shit. I would have liked all of those coins, but... the green shell is useful. Because we can do that. Which, that's also pretty fucked up. This whole course is just fucked up. I think. Yeah, that happens. It's not the most punishing to miss that, but yeah, obviously there are also just a lot of coins up there. But also using a feather is pretty fucked up. Because the green shell thing is hard. This is just... yeah. I'm probably going to lose time for that. If you don't jump just fast enough, you get slingshotted to the air. Great jump. Alright. Yeah. Makes sense. I'm actually getting close to faster than best possible. That's... obviously that's the old best possible, but that is still pretty good. And then we got this shit. So a big part of this game is you have an open world, which also allows you to race between tracks. The community has dubbed them as intermission tracks, where you race from one track to another, and then generally you do one lap around the finishing course. The purpose of all tracks is that we do not do any of those intermissions, but we do Peach Beach, which is the closest thing you can get to doing an intermission. This place is really fun to explore in free roam, but in a race. This second section is probably the best part. The first lap is like nostalgia, and then you got this shit. You know what people really love? Driving in a straight line on water. Okay, this is good at least. Because as we know, driving on road is a lot faster. Please. There's nothing I can really do to make this faster. It's gonna be slow. I might be losing time. Okay, I gained on a PB at least. And then, these last 4 tracks are frankly all pretty good. This might as well be the flagship course of this game, because it is just correct. It's just all amazing. Especially with all the strats. The time trials for this goes insane as well. But just check this shit out. That is the Clip Farm shortcut right there. And that's actually one of the few shortcuts that's been showcased on the main GDQ stage. Because the first category that got showcased at last SGDQ was all knockout tours. And this is one of the ending courses. So I actually get to see that shortcut in all knockout. There is a faster version, but I have not cared to learn it just yet. Where that first lap would have actually been a good way to attempt it. Where you actually aim for the inside grass. And you bounce off of one of the boxes so that you can keep a good chunk of your momentum. But you are like skirting across the out of bounds. You cannot just take a direct line there. Very good. Look out. Alright. Dino Jungle. Shoutouts to Shortcat. Now these next two courses, this is actually from Mario Kart DS. Jesus Christ! Yeah, so the feather is the one item we want to see. Because this normally is a mushroom shortcut, but you can do this. And that saves a lot of time. But to do it while front running is very difficult. Because you just have to play to RNG. Or, of course, with no CPU. Hitting these geysers are also very bad. It's like Nintendo knows that being in the air is slow as hell. Ooh, that is unfortunate. Yeah, oh well. Hitting it once still saves a good amount of time. This game. Okay. So I hit it once, and that's the gold, which isn't bad. Faraway Oasis also has a pretty important feather cut, but you can also kind of do it with a green shell. It's just not as fast. But also, very good course. This one is original to this game. We do a charge jump there to reduce our air time. I hope that is not a problem to me. Yo, let's go. So, for some reason, you can take this corner as tight as possible with the feather. Like, even with a mushroom, that shortcut is slower than a feather. Which tends not to be the case. know what? Sure. Ew. Okay. A horn will frankly be easier to use for this. Yo, let's go. Alright. I probably got all 3 feathers and didn't fall down off the top path, but Rainbow Road, the best course. Well, maybe not the best course, but this is definitely the most cinematic Rainbow Road in the series. Okay. As well as the longest course in the series, apart from the ones that shouldn't have been longer, like Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 64, which is a minute and 30-second track with 3 laps, which is wrong. But this one is just effectively a collage of all the other Rainbow Roads. Now we want to see a feather at some point. We have 2 more item sets to really see it. And we do have this shortcut. Oh, thank God. There is a way to jump off of that crystal and get to that ramp on the left, but for the purposes of keeping my feather, I'm not going to go for that. But this is frankly the best feather shortcut in the game. So instead, we're going to drift off to this left and just feather across this entire gap. Good God! We say lemon. Hey, another one. Why does that feather cut work? I don't know. But it's the most hyped feather in the game. This feather won't save as much time, but there is somewhere we can use it. Supposedly this shortcut is possible without a feather, but it's like fucked up. So we're gonna charge a jump and just go across. That one's not as insane, but hey, it's time saved. Jesus Christ. Where are all these feathers when I need them everywhere else? This may definitely be a gold. We have one more shortcut. And it is a little selfish to say, but this last shortcut is like the main reason that I would love to be the first all tracks runner on main GDQ stage. Because I've had all tracks I think they had it at PAX West GDQ. But this shortcut hasn't been showcased. Except on like one GDQ hotfix. So we're gonna go down immediately. Charge a jump. Off the side. Never mind. I lied. You can jump that entire gap. It's not really worth it to use a feather, because God knows I don't know the best alignment for it. But this is going to be a PB anyways, so. Listen. I tried my best. Apparently it wasn't good enough. That is the wrong place. I don't want to see where that is on the leaderboard. Jesus Christ. So I'm 34th. Technically I was higher, but that puts me at 29th place. World record is 1:15:12, so I need to figure that out. But I need to go to the bathroom.